No, those are too cute for me.
Yeah, you're right. You're ugly as fuck.
Yeah, just because you got 10 bodies doesn't make you a 10.
Fatality. God forbid I ever go to jail. But if I do, I hope it's in California. Because as soon as the judge sentenced me, I'll be like, Your Honor, before you sentence me, I just want the court to know I identify as a woman. Send me to women's jail. And as soon as I get in there, you know what I'm gonna be doing? Give me a fruit cocktail, bitch, before I knock your motherfucking teeth out. I'm a girl just like you, bitch. Come over here and suck this girl dick I got. Don't make me explain myself. I'm a girl.
Dave said, fuck you and your cancer culture, I'm here for all of it. They tried to cancel him, but they can't. And he come back even harder. But at the end of the day, it's not that deep. It's only a joke. Someone else said, if you can't beat them, join them. But he doesn't need to join them. He's beaten them. He's still here. And if anyone's out here getting offended by a joke, then you really need to take a look at yourself.
60 środek, żebyście mogły sobie spojrzeć w oczy.
Alright, before we go any further, when I first watched this, I remember thinking, wow, she's pretty confident. I wonder if she can fight. She must be able to fight. Surely she must be able to fight if you're that confident. But yeah, let's check it out.
Oj, tutaj zamaszyste uderzenie trafia. Lewy. Ależ prawy Kamili. Low kick wchodzi, wal lewy prosty. Oj, tutaj nie było, ależ prawy. Oj, teraz będzie parter. Dobrze broń Zusia, ale jest wyhaczona. Na razie nie dzieje się jej dużo krzyk. Nie, teraz dostaje dużo ciosów. Sędzia może zaraz przerwać.
Broń się, Zusie.
Sędzia mówi, broń się, Zusie. Zusie próbuje się bronić.
Broni.
Czy te ciosy zadają mi dużo krzywdy? Uderzenie za uderzeniem. Czy Zusie przetrwa? I będzie duszenie. Naprawdę wielkie umiejętności, to nie były górnolotne opinie. Koniec!
That's funny.
Yeah, so I actually thought they was real MMA fighters at first, and I was like, what is this? I'm like, what am I watching? But then I done a bit of research. It turns out it's like some influencer league that they got, I think in Russia or Ukraine or somewhere. One of them's a singer and the other one is married to a boxer, so they're not actually real fighters. So I'm gonna let her off for that because she's not actually a real fighter, and she was willing to get in there, so respect to her for that. But yeah, to becoming that confident, you know, you got to be bringing a little bit more than just that. Alright, a little bit of context. So this is from Physical 100 on Netflix. Apparently it's a good show, I haven't seen it. I loved this fight, or the lack thereof. This chick was extra confident against a guy. At least she admitted in the interview that she messed up. Found out real quick the difference between what she perceived his strength was to the reality of how strong he actually was. He toyed with her soundly, beat her, and intimidated the rest of the female athletes to ensure that another female wouldn't try to challenge him again. I mean, look at her. She looks strong. So that's probably like a really strong female. And then look at him. He's just like a normal looking dude. He doesn't look that strong, does he? Yeah, and apparently the aim of the game is to get the ball to your side or something. And she had the ball, but she thought, I'm going to throw it because this is going to be easy. And obviously it wasn't, so yeah.
He really has. He's the top scorer for Brazil over the last 2 years. You know, he's got a great record, 19 goals in 40 appearances. You know, do the math on that. It's one goal a game, pretty much.
Record 19 goals in 40 appearances. You know, do the math on that. It's one goal a game, pretty much.
You are really dumb, for real.
She challenged this dude for a fight. and I don't know why, because she looks like she's never even been in a fight. I mean, she's trying to kick, but like, what's she doing? You're getting punched in the face and you're bringing your knees up. No defense, physically not strong enough to compete with him. I mean, they should probably just call this off right now. What is she doing? She's just breaking through the guard, easy. This is why there's male and female sports. I've been telling you. But you know what? At least she got in the ring, so I'll respect her. I'll respect anyone that gets in the ring, seriously.
The political debate about trans people has become so toxic
so if Erling Haaland,
that she feels like she has to step down in order to be a full-time campaigner.
Erling Haaland says, I'm a woman. He can play in the women's team?
The number of trans people that are going to be in this position, it's not
hang on, very important question. Grace, can Erling Haaland, if he says, I now identify as a woman, play in the Norwegian national women's team?
He is massive.
He's the best striker in the world. He's 6'4". Yeah. He's a massive beast. He scores goals every 10 seconds in the men's game. Are you happy?
If he suddenly decided to become trans, to go through all of the horror.
Actually, you don't have to go through anything.
Just
self-ID.
No, you go through nothing.
He self-identifies as trans. He deals with all of the pushback on social media, the death threats, everything that he's going to get as a result of that, and then says, I want to become a woman, I want to identify as a woman. Then, you know, the team would be able to legitimately make a decision as to whether or not that was the right person.
That is exactly, that is the Megan Rapinoe position right there. You are our Megan Rapinoe. You've just destroyed...
You're saying that I'm an international women's soccer player?
No, I'm saying you're relatively irritating, take a position which is always wrong.
The feeling is mutual.
And on this one, you have just endorsed Erling Haaland playing women's football, which of course would destroy women's football. Congratulations. Women's rights nil.
I didn't...
But look,
I didn't know who Erling Haaland is.
I honestly think it would be a brilliant idea for men, for male football players who retire to just transition to women's teams and continue their careers for another 10 to 15 years in women's football. Easy. This way we could see Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo and other superstars for many more years to come on the pitch. You know what? If that happens, maybe it would actually teach them the lesson when they realise that they're getting completely dominated. Could you imagine that, if they actually did that? Ronaldo's finished his career, he now identifies as a woman, he goes over to women's football, completely dominates. Before you know it, it would just be a whole nother league of men who now identify as women. There would be no women, there would be no real women actually on these teams anymore, because they wouldn't be able to compete. So then what would they do? What would all these feminists do then?
But here's Megan Rapinoe complaining that she does the same work as a man and doesn't get paid the same as a man.
4 World Cup championships and 4 Olympic gold medals for the United States. And despite those wins, I've been devalued, I've been disrespected, and dismissed because I am a woman. And I've been told that I don't deserve any more than less because I am a woman. You see, despite all the wins, I'm still paid less than men who do the same job that I do.
They don't do the same job that you do. They don't, you know how I know? Because Megan Rapinoe, anytime you want, you can go play on the men's team. You can try. You can try. After all, gender is it's a social construct. We have been informed by the left that gender does not exist. It's completely a social construct. So since gender is a social construct, anytime Megan Rapinoe wants, she can go try and play with the men. That is not going to go great for Megan Rapinoe. She is not doing the same work that a man is doing.
I remember this video from yesterday. So one of you wanted to see the full video, or you thought I should post it. You said you should have played the full clip because that man went into a woman's bathroom after a young girl and the young girl's dad knocked his teeth out and said he identified as a tooth fairy. The reason I didn't post the full video, I wasn't sure if it's the same story, but here is the full video. Either way, I guarantee the guy who did go into the bathroom, he had the same attitude as this guy, thinking, yeah, no one's going to stop me. And then if the story is true, then yeah, apparently he got his teeth knocked out, so check it out.
I am a 40-year-old transgender lesbian. I dare you to try and stop me from going into a women's bathroom. This is a call to action. You need to arm up.
Wow.
Plain and simple. The time to act is now. I do not fear Christians, I do not fear conservatives, I do not fear evangelicals, and I do not fear Republicans. You're going to know what fear actually feels like. There are lots of people like me who are not afraid to die. You've been warned.
A man followed a young girl into a Target bathroom in Texas, saying he identified as a woman. The man's teeth were knocked out by the girl's father, who says he identifies as a tooth fairy.
75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years. 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more. You can be taking some chances. You can be living more. You can be spending more time with your family. You can be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears, the part of you that loves instead of hates.